Hi, Mikael.
Hi.
Your unbeaten start to the season was ended at Bournemouth. What did you say to the players after that game, and what's the message ahead of the match against Shakhtar?
Well, very clear. Puts a bit of perspective into the situation. Obviously, we want to win in any context. The reality is that we have made that context very difficult to ourselves. It was very difficult already with the amount of players that we had out on the schedule and the games that we had to play. But that's the reality. And for that game, we didn't get away with it. We could have done, and it could have been a very different narrative. The reality is we didn't. And now the context is that we have lost one game in 6 months. And okay, now we have to win again, win the context that we have lost for the first time in 6 months. So let's show it.
That's 3 red cards in Premier League games. There's been lots of talk around your side's disciplinary record. Do you think your team has a problem with discipline?
Well, I mean, playing with 10 men, obviously there is an issue. The truth is when you analyze the 3 very different actions and the outcome of them, the reasons are very different. Regardless of that, we cannot continue to play with 10 men, especially at this level, and you see how we're struggling. All the teams have to win football matches. When you want to do it against 10 men for 65 minutes, the task becomes almost impossible. So we need to eradicate that. It's clear why, the reason, and how. It doesn't matter. We have to focus that it has to happen.
You have to play without Martin, Odegaard and Bukayo, Saka. Are they any closer to being back and available? And if they're not, do your team have to learn how to play without them?
They are closer and they're both progressing really well. Martin is still not fit. With Bukayo, let's see how he feels today and the training session that we have later on.
Paul from Sky.
Mikel, you mentioned that that was your first defeat in 17 matches. In terms of the bigger picture, did that form part of your discussions with the players since the Bournemouth game? And also, what have you said to them about eradicating those kind of mistakes that the likes of you and Declan Rice have talked about after that?
Well, I think we are already aligned, that we cannot continue to play with 10 men. That's fine. Easier to get it, to say it than to get it done, because there are very specific moments that have produced that situation. But is reacting. You have a defeat. Okay, it's part of the game, it's part of the sport. It happened in very specific conditions as well. Let's move on. Take that pain that we still have in that tummy, use it for tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's obviously a quick turnaround for another game. Talking about